Hey guys, it's Miss Ty here with you today. This is our third video about the types and causes of precipitation. So we know that there are four different types of precipitation. Let's put this video here. There's rain, there's snow, sleet, and hail. So let's pause this really quick. Let's just do a quick review. We know that water vapor condenses and forms ice crystals and water droplets in clouds, right? It comes in a variety of forms. It could be the four different types of precipitation, which is rain, snow, sleet, or hail. Now, depending on the weather and the degrees, it can be any of those four. Okay, so we know, let's look at the first one here. The first form of precipitation is rain. Okay, so we know that precipitation takes place when the water droplets get heavy enough in the clouds. Let's pause this really quick. Pause the video if you feel like you need to, just to read this. But we know that water droplets, when they get really heavy, they get heavy enough to fall back to the surface of the earth, it becomes rain. Now, it's really common in our atmosphere, right? It's always raining, and precipitation will always come from clouds. But clouds do not form precipitation. Okay? So it can come in two forms of rain, right? There's showers or drizzles. Shower lasts like for a short period of time, but drizzles can usually last like a long time. But they're smaller droplets of water. Okay, and we can actually measure rain using a rain gauge. So a rain gauge is really important because it measures in inches or millimeters, and it measures how much rainfall actually falls from the sky. It's a really good tool to use, and we'll be using that in one of our activities later on. So I'm gonna let this go on next. Let's see what the next form of precipitation is. So we have hail. I'm gonna pause this real quick. So hail is formed during thunderstorms. So it's basically ice crystals that form and they begin to fall back towards the surface. So we know an ice crystal that we saw in our other lesson was snow, right? Like little snowflakes. These are actually, they grow, like they're big crystals and they grow in size. So a gust of wind will catch these hailstones, push them back high into the clouds, and it's like a cycle. It goes back up and down, up and down. When the stones become so large and they're too heavy for the wind to carry, they fall back down towards the earth. Okay, so you can see here it's rarely formed in the surface areas below freezing. Here it is. This is what I was talking about. The strong updrafts that are common with thunderstorms. It takes the hailstones, flies them up into the sky. Then when they get heavy, they fall back down. Okay, excellent. So now we're going to move on to our next type of precipitation. Let's go to the next one. We have snow. So snow forms when the water vapor turns directly into ice without ever passing through a liquid state, okay? So when it's directly into ice, it's never going to be rain. So when it forms into an ice crystal, it falls to the ground and it melts on the warm surface of the earth. The snow begins to pile up. It creates like snow drifts. Let's pause this. It can be on mountains. And then we have the next form of precipitation, which is sleet. So sleet is like a mixture of rain and snow, and it freezes on its way down to earth. So unlike snow that melts, right? We know that snow, when it falls from the sky, it becomes liquidy as it comes back down and it melts on the warm surface. Sleet is different. It actually freezes on its way down, so it's the opposite. So it might start off as water up here, but as it comes down, it freezes. Okay. So it's not light and fluffy like snow. It's actually hard. Okay. So that's basically going to be the four different types of precipitation. Now we